The day I pulled my boss's hand off my leg was the beginning of the end of his career. But the real shock came when I learned who he really was. My name is Julies. I'm 34 years old, and this story is being told exactly 18 months after that terrible day that changed my life forever. Now, as a strong and free woman, I've left those dark days behind. But what I'm about to tell you isn't just a harassment story. This is a story about patience, strategy, and the triumph of justice. Everything started when I was at the peak of my career. I was working as a senior creative director at a prestigious marketing agency in the heart of Manhattan. After 6 years of grueling work, I had finally reached my dream position. I had a luxury apartment, a bright future, and the best references in the industry. My boss, Michael Hartley, was 52 years old and one of the most successful names in the sector. Everyone admired him. He gave speeches at conferences, magazines interviewed him. Known as a married father of two and a philanthropist, he seemed like the perfect leader on the surface. But beneath that surface, he was hiding a monster that no one could see. The first signs were very subtle. Standing too close during meetings, unnecessary touches on my shoulder, overly personal comments like, "You look great today, Julies." At first I ignored them. Maybe I was overthinking it. Maybe he was just being friendly. But then everything changed that Friday night. We had won a big client presentation. The team had gone to the bar to celebrate, but I stayed at the office to finish next week's project. It was approaching 9 p.m., and there was almost no one left in the building. That's when I saw Michael appear at my office door. "Julie's still here?" he said, smiling. He had a bottle of whiskey in his hand. "Come on, let's celebrate our success." Something inside me was giving warnings, but I dismissed them. He was my boss, a respectable man. What could go wrong? I went to his office. He poured me a glass. He talked about the agency's future, my potential, what a valuable employee I was. He showered me with compliments. Then the tone of the conversation changed. "You know, Julies," he said, getting up from his chair and coming toward me, "you're really special in this company. I'm thinking of promoting you. Partnership could even be possible." My heart was racing. Partnership, it was beyond my wildest dreams. But of course, he continued, this time getting much closer, opportunities like this only come to people who can establish special relationships. His hand touched my arm, then my shoulder. Then, "Mr. Hartley, what are you doing?" I pulled back, my voice trembling. His smile disappeared. A cold, calculating expression appeared on his face. "Julies, I make the rules here. Either you work with me, or you'll never find another job in this industry. Understand?" In that moment, my world shattered. I had known this man for years. I respected him, and now he was threatening me. This is illegal. This is harassment," I said, trying to raise my voice. "Prove it," he said in a cold voice. "Who's going to believe you? I'm Michael Hartley. You're just an employee. Who's going to know what happened in this room?" I left the office trembling. I couldn't sleep that night. Thousands of thoughts were spinning in my head. Should I complain? But he was right. Who would believe me? His word against mine. The following days turned into a nightmare. Michael continued his behavior. Inappropriate offers behind closed doors, veiled messages in the open office. He started sabotaging my projects. He belittled my ideas in meetings. 3 weeks later, I realized I couldn't take it anymore. I had to either fight or surrender. I chose to fight, but I would fight smartly. First, I started documenting everything, every inappropriate comment, every touch, every threat. I wrote it all in a journal. Date, time, witnesses, detailed notes. Second, I turned my phone into a recording device. In every meeting, in every private conversation, I was recording in my pocket. According to the law, I had the right to record my own conversations. For 3 months, I quietly gathered evidence. Michael thought I had surrendered. He became even bolder. Once on an evening when everyone had left, he called me to his office and made an explicit proposition. "Julies, come with me to Miami this weekend. There's a client meeting. Just the two of us." "Mr. Hartley, this is inappropriate," I said, my phone recording in my pocket. "Inappropriate," he said, smiling. "No, sweetheart. This is the business world. Either you play or you lose, and can you afford to lose? That conversation became the strongest of my evidence. But I didn't just gather evidence, I also did research, and what I discovered shocked me. Michael Hartley had similar accusations in his past. At his previous company, 3 female employees had suddenly left. All of them had signed confidentiality agreements and received compensation. The company had covered up the matter, but I wouldn't cover it up. By the end of the 4th month, I was ready. My comprehensive file, my audio recordings, my interview notes with former victims, I had everything. First, I submitted a formal complaint petition to Human Resources. With all my evidence, the company's legal counsel's face turned white as a sheet when he saw the file. "Miss Julies, these are very serious accusations." "I know," I said calmly, "and they're all true. Now either you do something about this or I go to the media. The choice is yours." The company panicked. They immediately put Michael on administrative leave. They launched an independent investigation, and within a week, other women started coming forward. Apparently, I wasn't Michael's only victim. At least 5 other women in the company had been subjected to similar harassment, but they had all been afraid, stayed silent. Mine was the story that broke the dam. 2 weeks later, Michael Hartley was fired from the company. Not only was he fired, the company paid significant compensation to all the victims and completely changed their policies. But for me, that wasn't enough. Michael's true identity had been revealed, but his reputation in the industry was still strong. Many people were defending him. They were making excuses like misunderstanding, overreaction, career ambition. So I made my story public. I did an interview with a major business magazine. I told all the details, along with evidence. Excerpts from audio recordings were published. Michael's true face was exposed to the entire industry. The reaction was enormous. Thousands of women shared similar stories on social media. The Julies is right hashtag became a trending topic. Companies cut all ties with Michael. Agencies blacklisted him. Within 6 months, Michael Hartley's career was completely over. The industry's brightest star was now a pariah. His reputation was shattered. His marriage ended. Job offers were zero. And me, I became empowered. The company paid me a huge compensation and offered me a promotion, but I chose to leave. I started my own agency, Julies & Co., a marketing agency by women for women. In the first year we won 15 clients. In the second year, 40. Now we have over 80 employees and have become one of the most respected agencies in the industry. But most importantly, we created a safe working environment. No woman will experience what I experienced. We have a zero-tolerance policy. Every complaint is taken seriously. Every voice is heard. As for Michael, last I heard he was doing real estate in a small town. From his glorious corner office to an ordinary life, no one even remembers his name anymore. Sometimes people ask me, "Do you regret it?" The whole process was so difficult, wasn't it? And I give the same answer every time. No, I don't regret it. Because if I had stayed silent, he would have done the same thing to other women. By fighting, I protected not only myself but them too. Let this story teach you 3 things. First, staying silent empowers the harasser. Speaking up protects you. Second, evidence is everything. Document, record, be prepared. Third, justice may be delayed, but it will surely come. Be patient, be strategic, fight for your rights. The day I pulled my boss's hand off my leg, his career ended. But mine started anew that day. And now I'm stronger, freer, and happier. If you're facing a similar situation, remember, you're not alone. You have rights, and it's worth fighting. This story is a reminder about courage and justice. Thank you for listening to me. I'm waiting to hear from you in the comments. What would you do? Which city are you watching from? Share with me. And don't forget, on the screen I have 2 more powerful stories recommended for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Real life stories, real courage, real justice. It's all here. Until the next story, stay with love.